Well, good evening, everybody. Today is Monday, June the 13th. Today we're going to take you on another garden tour built by a first-time gardener. It's actually going to be my mom and dad's. I really like to show you this one mainly because it'll give you a good idea of actually how much food you can grow in a small space using raised beds, growing vertically, and high-intensity planting. So let's go over here, show you what we got. So on the way over to my mom and dad's new garden they built, stumbled across these guys. Blackberries. Whole bunch of them. Hey, that's a good one there. Nothing wrong with a little bit of free food. It's delicious. Alright, so here we are, mom and dad's first garden. And you'll see, this isn't a huge area, but they've got a lot of stuff going on over here. And the first thing I'd like to point out is this fence right here. This was old dog kennels that somebody was throwing out. And they make a really, really good fence and also a trellis. Over here, you'll see, got some deal. Looks like a sunflower there. A couple of blueberry bushes. Now she's also got some perennial flowers. Looks like some jasmine down there. And that's a clematis. She's also got some other clematises planted on this fence that bloom different times of the year. Some peas and beans. Hello, Mr. Bumblebee. Doing his job. Now this is where this fence really comes in handy. And these pole beans, they will just latch right onto this fence. Climb on over. Doing really good. Now down here she has some eggplants that she had started from seed. Looks like some zinnias, whatnot, down there to bring in the pollinators. It's a good size one. Some carrots.
That's a kick.
Carrots are coming along pretty good. This little bean right here is trying to get away. Let's get you on up there so you can climb. There we go. And then let's see, she's got some, this is cucamelon. Basically like a miniature cucumber. Has a slight melon taste to it. Let's see if I can find you one. I'll show you guys. Here we go. So right back in there, that's a cucamelon, also known as a sour gherkin. And this vine right here is loaded. Loaded. It's great little garden snacks out here, especially when you're working in this heat. It sure is hot today. And now, this is a really cool idea. Took these plastic 55-gallon drums, cut them in half, and made containers out of them. Now, Mom has been coming in here when she prunes her tomatoes, since I told her that she could take her suckers and propagate them, make new tomato plants. I can't tell you how many she's done, but she's got tons of little baby tomatoes that she has took as suckers and rooted in the soil here. That's a good one. Some more over here. Hello, Max. Max is too hot for me. What you doing, boy? Yeah, these tomatoes are doing good. Now, one thing that really helps with their tomatoes here is in the afternoons they wind up getting a good bit of shade created from the house, which does help your plants out a lot. I mean, even though they need full sun, they also will appreciate a little bit of break in the heat. Even though your seed packet might say, you know, full sun, really all you need is about 6 hours of full sun. More, of course, would be better, but especially with tomatoes, they'll appreciate a little bit of afternoon shade. Here's another sucker that she had propagated there. That one's done really good. There's a sucker on the other side I'll show you guys. She took when it was teeny tiny, and it is huge now. And she's got a watermelon running up the fence here. And when it starts producing melons, you can actually take pantyhose or leggings and create little hammocks. You just tie them to one side of your trellis to the other side. And because they're flexible, you put your melon in that little hammock and it will stretch as it grows. That way your melon doesn't get ripe and fall off and bust from too much weight. Another way you can grow vertically, save yourself some room. Just doing good. Here's a little patch of corn over here. Now Dad babies his corn. I think that's one of the only things out here that he really does baby other than his blueberries. That man is proud of his corn. And here's a cantaloupe vine anchored onto the fence here. And it looks like she's gonna have her little baby cantaloupe soon. And now these two are the ones I was gonna show you guys. They started as little bitty suckers, and she put them in the soil, these little pots, and they have done fantastic. Especially this one over here. Wow. 6 foot tall fence here. Started as one little bitty sucker. Hey. Here's our squash bed. It's really started to take off here as the days have gotten hotter. She's got it planted in these 4x8 raised beds here. Looking good and healthy. And now this was a cool idea too. So she has this arch trellis that we had made her here to run her cucumbers up. But before we could get it built, she came in and planted some cucumber seeds way back here, away from the trellis, which would mean that they would have to grow a good bit in order to reach that trellis. So she got a little piece of cattle panel that was cut and actually laid it against the arch trellis. Basically like a ladder. Give these cucumbers something to grow on. And that's the thing, the more you can grow vertically, the more room that you have to plant other crops in your garden. And that's turned out real good for her. Look at there. And another one. Well, he's just hanging out. Oh, and another one.
That's a kick.
Climbing on over. And she's got okra here. And this okra loves the heat too. This is the heavy hitter variety. And I see some okra there. Heavy hitters supposed to produce big clusters of okra. And it looks like it's going to be true to form. And Dad's corn block that he's so proud of. This thing, we've had some several storms here lately with strong winds. and Dad would come out here and one of his corn stalks would be laid over a little bit. But he would get out here and he would straighten his little corn stalks back up every time. Pack some dirt around the bottom of them. And then the storm would come back again a few days later and blow them over again. So, clever idea that he did. Put in some rebar all the way around his corn block and tied some string. Keep it from blowing over. Really good idea. Yeah, he's proud of his corn. That sunflower's about to open. And so is this one. That might be the chocolate sunflower. But look at that guy. Way up there. I bet you this sunflower is probably 12 foot tall easily. That's amazing. She planted some pumpkins in here. Looks like she may have got a little bit of sunburn, possibly. But other than that, they're looking really healthy. These pumpkins, they'll vine out. They'll just kind of run off in the wrong directions and you can make them go where you want to. Or you could grow them up a trellis, use your hammocks to hold them in place. Some different herbs here, along with their peppers. Cilantro, basil, different types of basil, sweet basil. And that over there is my favorite basil. That's the lemon basil. Love lemon basil. It smells amazing. Let's see, that's a cow horn pepper. Certainly looks like a cow horn, don't it? Cayenne. And these are banana peppers that she started from seed. And this pepper over here is a, they call it a Thai hot pepper. And this thing is loaded. I mean, it's about like a Tabasco. If you've ever grown a Tabasco pepper, you know that they put off hundreds of little peppers. Well, this one seems to be doing the same. Lots of peppers. And there's a purple coneflower. That'll come back each year. Now our tomatoes. I think she's got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So about 10 to 12 tomatoes growing in this raised bed here on these cattle panel trellises. And this is working out well. She's keeping her bottoms pruned up to help stop disease. And on her slicer tomatoes, she's of course taking off the suckers and propagating some of them to have some new tomato plants. Hopefully to have a tomato harvest right before fall. Lots of tomatoes. Got some marigolds down there, I see. Chives. Which will also come back every year. Doing real good. Healthy looking plants. I think she harvested her first ripe tomato today. A little cherry tomato, sun sugar. That's what it was called. Oh, and what do I see? Tomato hornworm. Hello, Mr. Tomato Hornworm. Hope you're enjoying that lunch, because it ain't gonna last long, I can assure you. But there's a lot happening in there, and you can see that there's a lot more room. They could expand, put in more beds too. Which I think really means that Pawpaw is gonna have some work to do. Ain't that right, Pawpaw?
That's what I've been told.
Well, there you go. That's a lot of gardening in a little space there, with a lot of room to grow. So, if you got a small area, want to start a vegetable garden, you can do it. Just got to start somewhere. All right, y'all. I appreciate you watching. See you next time.